Good morning, good day, good evening. Thanks for listening. This is a show on organic gardening, organic horticulture, organic agriculture, focusing on plant science, soil science, and microbiology. The information is for scientific and educational purposes. It's fact-checked. The websites and papers that have been discussed will be put in the description below. If you're rewatching this back, fast forward until you see the screen change. That means the show will sort of started then. And if it's a no show, that means it's gone for 10 minutes. And everybody in the community is happy, which is good. So I'll see which type of show it is, because I'll wait for the comments to come in chat. And then that starts to suggest the show. So I'll give it another minute for people to arrive. And then my little lolly. Oh. It's another 50 seconds to go. Oh. 25 seconds to go. What am I going to talk about today? 10 seconds. And started. So, just been nothing said in chat. So, all GMFs said something. He says, "Good evening, Aussie. I hope you're well." I'm doing all right, thanks, mate. Had a bit of an incident through the week, which I might be talking about today if there's no topic. It's kind of a good topic, actually. It's a spraying topic. I had this plane flying over, spraying stuff out the back of off its wings. So let's talk about that then. About spraying. What can you do when I've had now boom sprayers that have big booms out the side of their trucks? They go in the paddock. I've had helicopter sprayers, and now I've had light plane sprayers. What is up, down, under? Sprayers, mate. Let's have a look on video. So this is what I filmed through the week. See the plane here? I shit my pants when I thought, holy hell, plane's going pretty close. What? It's spraying stuff? No way. I don't know what it's spraying. They only spray glyphosate or Roundup poison around here. Look, it's still spraying. Just stopped now. So right over the top of me, still spraying. So I got this nice organic green manure growing, and I don't need any spraying. So I was pretty panicky at this stage. I wanted to, anyway, I wasn't feeling the best. You can see in my benefit, there's a bit of wind blowing to that direction. So if anything, there's a bit of a plus for me, but still. So everyone sprays glyphosate around here. And I thought, you're kidding. Everything's getting turned. You should be listening to this. This is talking about the eddy currents. How can I get the sound on for this? It's getting. Should be listening to this. This is talking about the eddy currents. How can I get the sound on for this? I wonder if you can hear that.
got the slightest wind blowing there, would easily fall here.
So
and I'm not to say that the stuff lying that way hasn't, because there's different circulation currents in the atmospheres at different levels, different eddy currents and stuff like that.
Can you hear that, me talking background? I'm just saying, as the plane flies, it's going to easily follow the plane.
So I just had 1/2 inch last night, so there's no rain, no reason for anything to be yellow whatsoever. As you can see, the nice uniformity of green that I have.
Lovely.
So it stays like that.
It's a nice canopy
the whole
colour.
way through.
Then no weeds grow underneath when you seed at the right seeding ratio.
This is all just tilled and seeded, as you can see. It's all starting to come up really nicely. There's not one hint of yellow. Let's walk over here. Same
Nice.
sort of thing. Just full green. Nice.
Lovely. Green manure. That's
Just a beehive now.
buckwheat, sunflower,
You can
legumes.
hear it. Down here, the same. All nice and green.
Mostly buckwheat, because the buckwheat seeded, and I didn't mind that, but the birds blooming ate it. So all I did was just retill and put sunflower seeds out, and you can see little buckwheat seeds that germinated.
It's with the sun behind me. A couple of off greens, but that's not real patchy green like it happens when it gets poisoned by glyphosate. Glyphosate goes real mottley green. It's not a uniform colour. It's very patchy. It's like find something. As you can see, everything's really nice, nice and lush.
Very nice.
This kind of example, see how it's a bit mottly there? This isn't a good example of whatsoever, but it goes like that all over the leaf. So it doesn't look like nitrogen, doesn't look like in veins, doesn't look like magnesium. It's nothing. It's the effects of the Roundup glyphosate. That's not it there though. It's similar to that. I'll have to look hard probably to find some pieces. Lovely. Lovely canopy. There's no weeds can grow underneath it.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
Oh wow, he's spraying right to there. My neighbour would be pissed. He's spraying their property. Holy hell. See, that's what I don't want to mind. I want them to overspray my little tiny property that I have. That was this side. That was this. Now it's on. Bang. And that wasn't where the street was. That was this side. That was this side of the street. So see, they're a little bit favourable of where they spray. And of course, they're in the bloody air. I don't blame them. But what about the people that live and want to try and do agricultural produce? They don't care. This is Australian farming at its best.
Yes. GMF says, what do you think it was spraying? Glyphosate. It turned out, though, it was spraying superphosphate. So it's fertilizer. 420 Fred. Hello, 420 Fred. Like and share. Thanks, 420 Fred. Hope you're doing well. GMF says, have you identified who it was spraying? Yes. Any chance of being able to confront them? Yes. I got their phone number. I got the names, the person's details. I got the plane register and stuff. All right, what can you do about it? So that's what happened, and I thought, I'm in big trouble here. What can you blimmin' do? So I'll share my screen again. So you report the incident to the Environmental Protection Association if you're in Australia. So you ring that number, which I did, and they documented everything, and they were going to come out and take some samples and stuff like that, which would have been good. That's one thing. So video it and record and try and video the tail plane, the tail bit of the plane, which it's got an identification on it. Identify the source. Penalties, yes. There's big penalties. That's it. You can also ring the plane association, whatever it is in your country, in your region, and for flying too low to a house. That's another law that they could have possibly broken. So they've got to go, and what I can do now, so how can I stop this in the future? Well, you should register your site. So before they go and spray, they've got to go through some sensitive crop maps. So they use tools like Santa Crop or bee sensitive, a few crops like that. So put in sensitive site mapping, and then you can see how it'll come up in your region. So these tools help to map your sensitive crops, which helps your neighbours, applicators identify areas to avoid. So down the bottom, these EPA and legal guides explain how to report spray drift incidents, understand regulatory requirements, and pursue compensation for crop damage. So if he was to spray glyphosate, or it wasn't him, if he was to spray glyphosate, the EPA can continue their investigation. Because it wasn't a pesticide, because it was a fertilizer, they can't continue. As sad as that is. So I've just asked back to them, what can I do about it? And they haven't replied to me yet, because there's massive misuse guidelines for aerial spraying, or even spraying in general, not just aerial spraying. Spraying in the air can be out of a bottle over a fence, or it can even be something that's, if you've got a high pressure system, air pushes down, and if you've got a low pressure system, air pushes up. Convergent and divergent winds. So if the air's going up for a low pressure system, if you've got cumulus clouds around and it's warm, there's a high chance that the air's being sucked up. So anything sprayed goes up. It's in cloud, it's in the atmosphere, and it can stay in that particular form if the humidity is high, if it doesn't dry out. So it's quite severe for the drift that can occur. This is a good one, the last bit. Insurance requirements. So the owners of the aircraft have insurance, and if you take them to court, that's how you can access their access remuneration costs for you, is through their insurance, because they have to legally have insurance for these incidences. So after you video it, go through the local people, your government regulatories, you'll contact a lawyer who handles these types of events, agricultural spray drift things, and give them that information. And because you've got your regulatory body from the government and your records from your crop loss, you've pretty much won the case before you've started. So that's what you can do. See if there's any questions. So I was pretty much stuck. GMF says, sounds like you need some test strips or some kind of detection equipment at the edge of your property. Yeah, mate. Oh, well, I know what it looks like from glyphosate spraying. I've dealt with it for years. So in that video, I explained what it looks like. It's like a mottling yellow or green effect, where magnesium's all over the leaf. This is mottled, yellow and green blotches, looks diseased. And to get the device, it's about $1,000. I'd love to buy the handheld tester of it. Can't afford that at all. GMF says, yesterday the US gutted the EPA. We're in major troubles. Huh. There must be some sort of body equivalent. So EPA, EQ equivalent in Canada. No, we'll put USA. So if you're in the States and have problems, which thanks for that new information, mate, you'll want to go down this avenue. So you'll go through the Cal EPA, the California, that's if you're in California, or state departments, equivalent of the DEQ. Other federal bodies, maybe the DOI, Departments of, is that the Department of Defense? USDA or FDA, Food and, maybe the FDA would be a good one to go off. You contact the FDA and ask them who's the body to contact for the spray drift. Well, that's what it comes up as now. It's no, you want the next one. Guidelines. So you go to this website and grab something off here, there'd be some pretty good stuff. Even though it's not in effect anymore, there must be no funding going to here. Droplet size. For me to get it tested, I was looking at $200 a test. So when they said to come out and test it, I was so happy to say, yeah, definitely come out. Be more than happy. It's also called the EPA here. Right. So if there's anything affecting from your fence, tell all your neighbours you're organic. Say that these practices do harm you. There's another thing too, you've got to notify your neighbours and let them know, because how do they know to start with that you're organic and that pesticides and fertilizers affect your crops? So by notifying them is the sort of first step, which I haven't done by writing. So, but I only got 3 neighbours, and now that was the 3rd neighbour. So they all know now. But that was another thing that said in the suggestion box to do it, and you've got to go to those places to. And it turns out that there's one in Australia that is free. The B place is free, where the other place you've got to pay money to register your site. Can you believe? But it's probably worth it in the long run, because that's with your registration. You can probably, just for that alone, you can really go to court and probably win. Get all your fees back for the last 10 years of that site. So, yeah, because I was pretty stuck. If I knew I had those tools in my kit, I would have just relaxed a shitload. I was nearly having a seizure and everything. I was really distressed. Crying I was. It was horrible, because I put so much effort into this, and I don't need it taken away with the troublings of a friggin' airplane. It was so hard. Anyway, spray drift. Ugh. I hope no one ever has to deal with it, even in small amounts, even by going to the local store. You can get Home Depot, they've got stuff over the counter that you can get with glyphosate in it, and it might be in lower amounts and called something different, but it'll still be in it, and it still gives you these types of mottling effects of your leaves. I had it at another location. Neighbours had sprayed it, and it went underneath the garage door and into a little room and killed everything. I thought, what have I done wrong? And I looked outside and thought, why are these leaves the same colour as mine? I went, you're joking. And then I went, oh no, that's full. And then couldn't save nothing. Just fully kills it. I've done if you want to know more on glyphosate, I've done a pretty decent talk on it, quite a few shows ago. We're going into a very good detail on what it is, how it started, and lawsuits that have happened from it, and how it was first patented as a antimicrobial, so it kills microbes. Then they realised how good it is with all these weeds, so they called it a herbicide now. It's terrible. But, yeah. All right, next topic. Just something I thought I could bring up today. 20 minutes on it is enough. Has anybody else got anything else to chat about? Bit of off-topic stuff, which I don't like, but I won't be talking about for long. The cricket, the USA got so close to beating the cricket. It's the ICC, the international, it's like the Olympics for cricket is on at the moment. Each country plays each other. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I've been enjoying that. 3 games a day. All right, next topic. So can I start spraying? On bad spraying, actually, because spraying's good. Can be good. Foliar spraying has so many benefits to the plant, cleaning up deficiencies, getting micronutrients in, hormones in through the phyllosphere above the soil. It's very beneficial. I recommend it for mild deficiencies. Nitrogen can be fixed up within 24 hours. You'll see a difference with the right ppm. What ppm? Make it about, test your water, that's at 50, maybe make it at no stronger than 400 ppm. That's probably when you'd have to do mineral sprays. So you might have to spray with NH4, NO3, nitrate or ammonium. Right. So yeah, some good examples. That was some bad examples of the spraying with the pesticides, and it's terrible. What happens with the pesticides? The reason why a plant leaf goes mottley, right? Yeah, mottley, diseased plant leaf. So here's an example. I'll pull one up. I'll explain why it happens. It's pretty cool. Because the plant being a bioaccumulator, this will sort of end. All right, give us an image. Oh wow! Look at this one. That's full on. That looks nearly pretty, but it's a disease. Let's go to glyphosate. There's one. Or there. That's a good one. That's a hypersensitive reaction, is when the leaf senses something's wrong, like this, and kills its cells. So see how there's heaps of little cells damaged? That's what's happened with those. With this one, when the poison gets in, it gets on the top, and it stores it in its vacuoles. The vacuole is an organelle inside of the cell with a lower pH of pH 5. The cytoplasm is pH 7. So it stores it inside of that. So that's why you get that effect around there, and then it starts to kill off the area around it with the hypersensitive reaction. So the bioaccumulates inside the cell tissues. That's what the plants do, but that's what it looked like. If you see that, that's really real. That's what I was dreading to see this. There's not much of it. Maybe I should put in glyphosate, mottley disease plant leaf. I'll put in glyphosate so it comes up, see if there's any pictures. Oh, YPHO. kidding? This is a bad example. That's not it. That was way better from the last one. That's really poor examples. Leaf chlorosis, it goes really worse than that. I'll stick to this one. Look for examples. Oh, then it runs out. There you go. Oh, look at that. All the cells are individually, you can see them there. That's pretty cool. You can see all the thickened cell walls in between them. Our large cells. Yeah, yuck. This one's called green ring mottle virus. And that could be from glyphosate. That's what glyphosate looks exactly like that. So if you got to that, if you wanted to go to that stage and think, how can I get, if you're really into plant science, take a tissue sample and take it to a pathology lab that deals in plants. They'll test it and they'll tell you what you got. That's if you really want to get right into it, to see what virus, disease, or effects, the poisons that you have, that plant has accumulated. Or show me. I like doing diagnosis like that. It's fun. And you can see it's so high. Look, this is downy mildew, they reckon. Downy mildew happens on the bottom of the leaf and powdery mildew happens on the top of the leaf. So I think that's a misdiagnosis. It's not, I'm not going to judge off one picture. It's pretty cool. All right, oh, that'll do. I'm getting a bit. I just realised I'm doing something live here. GMF says, glyphosate, America's gift to agriculture. Yeah, it's Australia's government's as well. That and sweet corn, says GMF. That came from bombarding real corn with nuclear radiation to find out the crop that would grow with nuclear fallout. America. Hell yeah, America. USA, USA. It's the same in Australia, mate. Government love it. Glyphosate goes off numbers of percents. So if you're using a glyphosate 650, which my neighbour uses, that means it's 65% pure. And most people use 5 and 10%. So when I heard he told me 650, I said, really? And I said, can you say it again? And he said, not 65. He said, yeah, 650. Wow. Because not only you want to spray drift, also when it's sprayed on, now you've got to watch transport drift, transporting of that poison. So foxes, deer, anything transferring from paddock to paddock, machinery, cars, tractors, wind, tilling. When they till, the neighbours tilled, and it destroyed half my buckwheat seed because the wind was blowing my way when they tilled it up. So that's another thing. Really, really. So people think, just spray, okay, it's done with. No, now you've got to worry about how they're going to handle the tops of the earth. Are they going to make that transport across your boundary as well? So my neighbours are well and truly on top of that, because I kicked up a bit of an uproar and made them well and truly clear and documented it. It's just terrible. Things I could do, I could put up trees or things around the boundary. You could put up stuff to catch it, to divert the wind. Berry grass, bamboo, conifers. I could put up hessian or bits of screening that they have around construction site fencing. So that would somehow catch it. But all this costs money. I'm money poor. So there are ways you can address it. If you're in a smaller property, you can do it like that. Put up even shade cloth. It'll still help arrest it before it goes any further. But with me living in open fields, it's just very challenging. on top of a mountaintop with all the gusty winds. It's just hard. I've got to really be on top of it, have lots of cameras out. So I can go and check back on this, check back on that, compare the difference of the soil for this, the colour of the green. Oh, look, it died within 48 hours. Wonder why. Oh, look at that. Look at that person doing that thing in the paddock there. Oh, okay, cool. Ways to combat it when you're trying to farm alone or with people around you that don't really care for the environment like you do. This has been pretty good about spray drift. This is a good in-depth session on it, on how to combat it, what to do, what to look for, signs. It's scary. Hope no one goes through it. This is another reason why you want to be breeding and backing up genetics for problems that could arise out of your control. It's easier said than done. You think, oh yeah, I'll do it, but yeah. Just handy to think ahead for these times that are blooming hard. And remember, all the neighbours do is go, sorry, you might have had heirloom genetics. They go, we'll pay your harvest fee. Oh, good. So I was going to get $6,000 from that. Oh, so you're going to pay $6,000? Yeah, okay. So everything's forgotten about. It's easier said than done with organics because it takes years in practice to transform your earth. So they don't understand that because they farm the way they do. Fair enough. Tough times. But I could be in the city putting up with pollution, putting up with traffic and noise and people, sirens. So on the counter side, this is pretty good. So try and find the positives out of all these negatives. I have to try. Well, and it turns out that it was superphosphate that they were spraying. The fella from the EPA officer said, looks like a superior airplane spreading most likely superphosphate fertilizer. Normally spraying is conducted closer to the ground. Yep, he confirmed that he is spreading fertilizer by air. And yes, I'm not sure if I should ring David or not, the plane pilot. I don't know, to be honest. Because I've got a short fuse, and if people say wrong things, and I'm quick to counteract, and then before you know it, the conversation's lost. It's into an argument or a debate, or it's going a way that is not useful. So I've got to watch my tongue sometimes, and it's hard for me. But now knowing it's not glyphosate, I could probably be more politer or tolerant. I'm always polite. I just get... anyway, we're live here. GMF said, so could you probably dig a trench around your property to act as a barrier? Yes, mate, I've done that. I've put a 4 to 6 inch trench around the whole barrier, and that allows all their runoff to go into that trench. I did that when I first moved here. GMF goes on to say, let it fill with water and plant barrier plants next to them. What is the effect of the phosphate? Phosphate is just like, depends what strength they use. They would have used I1. So it'd be something like you got NPK. So the middle one would be something stupid high. So it might be a 2, 22, and a 2 fertilizer that they would have sprayed. Someone else said, did they back charge you for the bloody spray drift? And I just laughed. I said, yeah, good on you. I've left the trench open so it carries all their poisons away from my site and all their water. They got shit soil too, pH 5.0. So it's got lots of weeds in it, weed seed, stuff like that. So I left my trench open around my perimeters. Yes, I'm really happy I did that too. But thanks for that good suggestion. I did it by hand. It was how long do you call that? 650 feet of trenching. Did with a shovel, trenching shovel I did. And I did it when the earth was soft, and it makes it a lot easier. Just after rains, it was relatively straightforward, where you look at it and you think, holy mackerel, you need a drill to drill into that earth. Yeah, when it dries you do, because that's how poor it is. Sandy, loamy substrate it is. And yeah, that'll handle the runoff. That's a good idea. What's the effects of the phosphate? Oh, yeah, I think I covered that one. It's just I've said that about the NPK numbers. So yeah, it's just a poor situation to be in. I was waving at the plane too, and then you could see it acknowledged me and pulled up like fast. So it did see me, and then it kept spraying around me. And anyway, that's the outcome. So today was modeled, what you can do. Some more of the video. There's no point showing you more of the video, is there? Yeah. Does anybody have any questions on the spraying, drifting, glyphosate? Any to do with that? So I just like to stay on topic. You can ask off-topic questions too, but does anybody in specific have anything to mention on that? Please put it in the chat now. So I don't want to repeat things. I like to keep things flowing good. Yeah, even for your backyard, if you've got a neighbour that's not practicing organics, they spray lots. Try and plant some tall trees, keep them tall. Just anything, and those tall trees, they'll be a bit of a description to them receiving the air drift first. So if you see all them dying for no reason, you can ask yourself, well, what did you give it? Or what's in the substrate around the roots? Or what potentially come through the air to poison them? Also, drought does the same thing. You look at your plants, you think, why are they so blooming what? Who sprayed these? Uh-oh, they might just be dying because of drought. But you don't get that mottled effect in the leaves. There's, hello, Miss Lene. Says, g'day. OECC. Just talking about spray drift and spraying and what can be done about it. It's pretty hard to identify it at the time because it's spray. I put my ppm mask on though, that's for sure. Didn't want that stuff getting on me while I was filming, because you got to film it for documentation, because you can't just ring up and say, oh, isn't there someone spraying here? You need proof of it these days. So with all of our phones we've got, which is good, we go and get proof, which I did. I got good proof. So for those latecomers, this is the bloody
Dodging, there's a tower there too. You just missed that. You just went really. Bunningston or something CON. So now it starts right at the edge of my paddock.
Right there.
My paddock here, so it sprayed all his and across the road.
Scroll down.
You're kidding, eh?
Scroll down. Yep, right there. It started.
Holy
next
hell.
there and went that way. I thought it was glyphosate.
So he started right at the edge of my paddock and went across next doors and across the public road and then kept going.
I still don't need fertiliser.
Okay, I ask you, what can I do? What should I do? What can I do?
I've answered those questions, fella.
You've seen what I try and produce.
Yep.
Because my thoughts are odd.
Fast for a little bit.
Grey cloud. Oh, no, I can still see it. Still on.
Here it comes.
On.
See, it's going right over the top.
On. It's still on. It just went off then. Oh! And the air smells a bit funny. It does too. Lucky I've got my PPM on because I really knew it. The air smells funny. And look, both goats are in their shed.
Ooh. They know it's up too.
Here it comes again.
Look at that. It just kept.
Still on.
It did
It's at
about
the borderline now.
a solid dozen
Should turn it
times.
off. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. Now it's off. Right over the top of me. Starts with S something. Oh my. So definitely that residue has gone over all of my crops. Now, he stopped spraying how many seconds before he flew over the directly top of my place?
That's terrible.
Monday.
Look at it. Just dozens of them.
This would stand out. Character and the types of people that are existing in this blooming area. I ask myself, is all this stress that the people around here are putting me under worth farming? I think the answer is no.
There you go.
Everything's just
Very hard. Now knowing with the right tools, the EPA can happen a lot better. Miss Lene says, sorry about the nightmare you're dealing with your neighbours and aerial spraying glyphosate. Yes, it wasn't glyphosate. It turned out it was phosphate, which is a fertiliser. But at the time, I didn't know that. It's just hard. So people with their farms, they can go and get registered on different sites now. So hopefully people have, this will help those who have been in my circumstances. At least you can fix it. So yeah, mindful and stressful week. Well, is there any more? 43 minutes is enough. That was a good in-depth talk on it. Ask your questions now if you want, because we'll end the show pretty soon, I think. Because I went over it quite full on. Mr. Lene says, still horrific, but glad it wasn't glyphosate. Yeah, exactly right. It's terrible. GMF says, and this is why you should be able to own. This is why you should be able to own an anti-aircraft. The rules and regulations, it was more so the people these days, they just don't care. They'll push boundaries and things. And let's hope it doesn't have to go to any bad measures, but that's why the government have got these measures where you can go through them, because the pilot has to log his flights. He's got to log it that he was releasing, what he was releasing within 48 hours. So it's all got to be done properly, and if they don't, they can be held accountable with thousands of dollars of liability. And then you can really, if they haven't done anything the right way, then you can sue their ass off, get half their plane, and they won't fly again. Their poisons license will be confiscated, so you can really go down the route where you don't have to go to any extreme measures to get rid of these fools that spray over their boundary. Yeah. It's pretty stressful being in that circumstance, though, I blooming tell you. Because I'm so unfinancial, so if I lose things, I'm stuffed. But anyway, that's how to deal with it, how I dealt with it. And it's concluded, so it's good. I'll let you know about what the outcome was of the email of them answering my questions, those questions where I said, what sort of register can I get on? How can we stop this from happening in the future? So it might be another good reason for having an organic farm. You can actually put it on, log it somewhere, and it'll be bypassed by all the pesticides and fertilizer folk. GMF says, I do hope you get to sue the crap out of them. Yeah, well, you can if you do these measures, mate. Do it the right way and then move. Because they'll come back with all the idiots being so isolated. And then you just log it so well that they're in big trouble and they've really breached their code and their licensing. And yeah, you can't go wrong. So if they were spraying, so next time that they're spraying phosphate, spraying anything, I just got to log it better. So last year, the year before, when I lost half my buckwheat crop, I could have sued them in small claims court for half of the for my costs, and probably successfully won. But to do that, I would have had to pay for soil tissue samples, which one cost $250 in Australia. Otherwise, again, it'd be my word against theirs, and we're comparing. I could have had a plant disease. How do you know it's actually glyphosate? It could be a plant disease, like I just went through a few different plant diseases, which is similar. The give leaf chlorosis, Pseudomonas syringae does that as well. It gives leaf chlorosis from that bacteria. So there's a few different reasons why you might get it. So that's how you've got to get it full on. So it won't be easy. You've got to spend money out of your own pocket to try and prove it. But if you prove it successfully, you will recover your costs back and then some. What a stress, though. Like, dead set, what a stress. Thank you, Miss Lene. It says, well done. Yes. Not sure what that one means. But yeah, so just by videoing it all is the best really way. Then you can hand those videos off to the right people. When you put your videos online, you post them with their hashtags and their @ symbols. So I would put in New South Wales EPA @ and hashtag New South Wales EPA. I could also put in the Poisons Centre. You could put in the aircraft, low-flying people. So there's a few different ways where you can get noticed with your videos that you've got. Then who's to say that a media place mightn't get a hold of it? And then if they do, well, yeah, a lot of people will see it. So, and worst case scenario is you got to start again and you're out for 2 years, and you'll prove this in court. It'll take a 2-year transition phase, and they'll give you 2 years worth of fees, not 1 year, because it takes 3 years to transition to an organic certification. So it's, yeah, that's how to do it. I didn't say farming's easy, but at least there's a process and steps you can go through to so you don't suffer. Like back in the day. Imagine just copying it sweet. Oof. 50 minutes. It's pretty good. Righto. I'll change today's title to Spraying, what you can do, all the effects, how to, suing, blah, blah. Protect your organic property. If you are listening this back and see any other places you can register your organic property at, please put them in the description below in the comments for others to register their properties at. like in Australia, bees. See if I can find it, and I'll put it in the description too. I might have to look for this. Be connected. Sick. Found it. This is an example. Be connected. So it's the safety of bees. And because you've seen my buckwheat crop and all the bees, so there's places that sprayers have to legally look up before they spray a location. And this is one of the sites. So register, share activity, no impact, register location, stay connected, easily communicate with neighbours. I'll put that in the description below too. And please, if you have yours in your area, put that in there. Because that's the free one. There's another one in Australia you've got to pay with, which I can't afford. So it can't be done. Well, hope you thought today, press the thumbs up if you thought today was pretty good. Hope you liked it. And if you know anybody who've been through or in the middle of any spray problems, you can direct them to this link, to this viewing, and they can go through it and it can highlight them. And they'll probably skip a bit, only have to watch 20 minutes, but at least it'll give them some ideas on how to not allow this to happen again and recoup your costs. Because it's not your human life that's lost, it's just your crop. So you can kind of deal with it a bit. You should have. All right. Miss Lanace is glad to catch up with y'all. Have a good weekend, ICC. Thank you. Hope you have a lovely weekend too. Enjoy the gridiron, no, the winnings in the Major League. Oh no. I always get that gridiron, baseball and hockey mixed up. But yes. Have fun, enjoy your cricket, says GMF. I will, thank you. I will. Lots of cricket on, it's good. Hope you enjoy cricket too, everybody. 3 matches a day at the moment. It's like the Olympics for cricket's on. Woo! This month is the men, next month is the women. It's all happening. And I'll do the same thing next week. So thanks everybody for listening. Appreciate your ears and your comments very much. Without that, it wouldn't be a show. So thank you. And if you want to help me, don't help in money. Or you can if you're rich, but no one's rich these days. You can help with just getting more people into the stream so we can have more discussion. That would help me lots. Yeah, thanks. Miss Lanai says it's Super Bowl. Jeez. Super Bowl was the season. Baseball starts next month. Go the Mariners. Baseball won, can't be out. Right. I'll still get it mixed up. Yeah, well, thanks again. I think it was a good show. But go the Orcas. They're the cricket people. Go the Seattle Orcas. They're playing in July. Is the MLC, the Major League Cricket, is on for your summer to look forward to. So it'll be good. Heaps of cricket. Just doesn't stop. I've been having daily cricket matches since October. I love it. All right. It's not a cricket show. It's plant science or science microbiology. I realise that. You've got to have fun too sometimes, mister. Oh, okay. It's just me. Thanks, everyone. Happy breeding, happy growing. Good health to you all. Have a fantastic weekend. Go Australia in the cricket. Woo. Cheers.